Welcome back, TSPN TV News Desk, and I'm Mike Spence. I'm here with Troy Bowers, CEO of Amador County Fair. I'm going to get that right because when I was thinking earlier of the state fair I was thinking when I grew up, we used to go up to Stockton. I don't even think that was the state fair. I don't even know if that was.
No, they're the second district.
They were the
ag
second district.
Yeah.
Ag. You know, as a child, all I remember is that there was a lot of horse racing.
Right.
And that was the primary part of the fair. And then the kids had all their little events that were like babysitting events. But the horse racing thing was huge. And then when I came to Amador County 10 years ago, I think the wine event might have been my first event at the fair, and I became hooked. It was just so different. There were so many different venues and ideas and places to see and things to participate in. And my daughter became an avid English horse competitor.
Yeah.
And she showed one of our horses several times and had the blue ribbons and created just memories for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that there were so many competitions going on, you know, behind the scenes. And, you know, we trailered the horses up there and she would compete in a little black jacket. And it was just an emotional part of our new lifestyle in Amador County, and since then it's become, you know, a big part of our lives and a memory, you know, that we'll have forever. I want to thank you for having the fair.
Well, you're welcome.
It means a lot to our family, as a family, and as a young child growing up, and being able to do those things is really unique. And having that in our community, you know, you're located in the town of Plymouth out there, which is going through a lot of changes and a lot of growth. And what is the relationship with the fair in terms of the city of Plymouth? How does that work?
Well, you know, we're just on the edge of the city boundaries, so we have a great relationship with the city of Plymouth. They've helped us out a lot. We do a lot of you know, we just help each other. You know, we're one of the big economic engines in that part of the county. You have the wine industry up there in Shenandoah Valley. You have the 49er RV Resort and the Amador County Fair. You know, so between those three, there's a lot of activities, a lot of visitors come in to various events at the fair, come up wine tasting, they stay at the RV park. So, you know, we think that we're one of the legs of a four-legged stool, including the city of Plymouth, that supports the economy up there in that part of county.
It's funny, I think I took a tour with Rick Sanders. Is he the head of the economic development for Plymouth? And he took me to the RV park. I'd never seen that. That's really an impressive facility, and I didn't realize it was so nice and how developed it was in there and what it represented for that area. And it really is directly adjacent to the fairgrounds, and you're all kind of sharing that space out there.
Yeah, it's world-renowned, really. And they have people who last year came from France, stayed at the RV park to go to the fair.
Right. Well, you see people pulling those big trailers in, and I mean, they are beautiful. It looks like a lifestyle in and of itself.
Sure they
and to
are.
be able to enjoy the fair at the same time, and being in the gateway to the wine country, you know, right there. I have to say that's been a big part of our lifestyle up here too, is enjoying, you know, the fruits of all that labor out there in terms of these great wineries, not only to go out and do the wine tasting thing, but to bring visitors and to eat. And, you know, they do have a lot of food things going on out there. I don't think it's legal. They're not supposed to serve food, and half of the wineries are doing major food activities now. And so it's really great to be able to go out and spend time out there and know that you can go out and have lunch and you know, bring visitors out there. And you see the fair, but, you know, you're always wondering, when is it coming up? It's at the end of July, the 25th, I guess is the first
25th
night?
through the 28th.
Okay.
We are a year-round facility, and people use those grounds. Like we have the Bluegrass Festival. This will be the 12th year that they've been out there, coming up in middle of September. So, you know, we rely on a lot of that kind of business to help us balance our books, weddings, other events take place out there, cattle shows. We had the Welsh ponies not too long ago. So it's just a great event center. Come on out and have a party out there, and reunions, all kinds of activities year-round. at
Well,
the
we have a
Amador
lot
County Fair?
of local businesses, and I spend a lot of time, Troy, running around to the local businesses, obviously trying to get them to advertise on TSPN, and, promoting those small businesses. We want to do extra exposure for them for the fair. So I've been going out with my iPad, and they're saying, we're going to see you out at the fair. When you see that coverage with the iPad, it's a little shaky. It's not our normal camera work, but that's supposed to be that way. It's intended to be that way, to be informal and community-like, a little bit of wobble.
Sure.
And, giving people an opportunity to welcome people to come out to the fair, and looking forward to seeing them out there, but also to mention what it is that they're sponsoring. And all of these businesses, they're either sponsoring the junior livestock,
right,
or something in the destruction derby, which is a popular event. They're all involved. A lot of businesses are involved with it.
If you don't do 5 things at the fair, from pouring beer at the Lions booth to working in the Rotary wine booth to supporting the junior livestock auction, or entering a berry pie in the berry pie contest, then you just haven't experienced the fair.
Right.
Bring your tractor out there and enjoy the tractor parades. The gold mine is another big hit out there. Our sawmill, all of this. The Amador County Fair tells the history of California better than any venue I can think of. When you go out there, you'll see the Miwok Indian village,
Right.
the Native Americans and that culture, and they'll be doing handcrafts and teaching kids, what the life like was back then. Then you can just right next to there, you see the sawmill, the gold mine, the Pokerville gold mine. All of this is run by volunteers, and you understand, where the cash came from that built the agriculture in California. Do you see the sawmill, the steam-powered sawmill that they built to make the gold mines and to service all of that? You see the Kit Carson Mountain Men have their little exhibit
really
there.
Amazing group. Yeah.
The first white men in California to see California. You see the frontier town. This is the real stuff. This is buildings that were here and were moved onto the fairgrounds. You see the agriculture, from the wine grapes to the cattle industry and the barns, and it paints a whole picture of what California was and where it's going. And I don't know of another fair, another venue that tells the stories as so well as we do, and all with volunteers. It's a completely volunteer story.
The history of Amador County and the way that the fair portrays it is also interesting, I think, because it shows the engineering. When you say the sawmill, you're not talking about some guy running a few boards or a log through. You're talking about a giant engineered sawmill that you have out there, which is, I had never seen anything like it. And
Steam
a lot
power
of
too.
And a lot of the engineering with the gold mining that took place here.
Yeah.
This wasn't an area that, I always see the things on TV. The only thing I know about gold mining is what I've seen on TV. And it's along the river, and that's where they found the nugget, and this is our town, and this is where gold was first discovered.
Yeah.
Well, they did the actual mining here.
This is a
the
stamp mill.
engineering of the mills and
Yeah.
mining. It's just different. The technology is just different in Amador County in terms of having the real industry here.
60% of the gold that they found in the Mother Lode vein, which goes from Nevada County clear down through Mariposa, 60% of that gold was found between Plymouth and Jackson. Isn't that a big story? That's a big story.
Yeah.
And, it just
That's
tells
because they
you.
had the technology and the engineering.
Well, they did. It was here,
they were
and they
working.
created the foundry and,
Yeah.
and all this industry. And then, you see the spinoff. You see in our antique engine area, you see all the little adaptations that they did for these motors to hull walnuts, to, pumps to pump out the delta and create that great San Joaquin Valley agricultural phenomenon that goes on out there. It's all right there, and it's the real stuff.
I love the history. That's one of the things that I am always taking in. But it's also a venue where you have the photography display in that one hall. My wife and I spend at least an hour in that one hall every year just walking through, looking at
Sure.
the different photography.
Yeah.
You recognize the names of the local photographers who put their entry in there. And each year it just changes, and it's air conditioned in there. And
Yeah.
you know, I think your heat issue will probably be avoided this year because we already got the major heat in the beginning of the month.
Thank you for
So
that.
I think it'll be nice and cool this year out there for the first time, hopefully, because it is a warm. You know, the end of July is usually a warm time of the year. But you know, some of those areas that have the air conditioning and the ability to really circulate and talk with people and look at different things, it's just endless out there. There's just a lot of things to do.
The talent of Amador County is showcased out there. We've got probably the finest art show that you'll find in Amador County. We've got the finest quilt show you'll see in Amador County. Our baked foods, the talent and the competitive nature of a lot of these people is right there for everybody to see. You know, they plan all year long. You know, they're working on that brownie recipe. You know,
Yeah,
they're
just
tweaking
case
it
after case after
to
case
get
of
it
those
right.
baked goods,
You know?
yeah.
It's I enjoy that part of the fair the best. You know, the competitive energy that goes in there, and it's a family tradition. You know, and the floriculture, the flowers, the cut flowers, all the bonsai, everything. You know, it's just the talent out there is over the top, and you can get a pretty good corn dog while you're there too.
The food is amazing. I have to say, some of the food, you know, that you see these things on TV with some fairs now down in Marin, they're doing the healthy food thing.
Oh, we don't do that.
Come on. That's just ridiculous. You know,
That's
the food
crazy.
is excellent, and you can do everything from relax by walking around in all these quieter venues, but you can also do that tractor pull and the demolition derby, and you can get
the
your
rodeo.
the rodeo is amazing
Enjoy
out there.
the quality bands, the entertainment out there. Our
And the
music
music
is terrific.
Yeah,
out there, and it's all local.
The music in the evening is just really something to look forward to, and it gets your heart bumping and circulating. I enjoy doing that because you can really relax for a while. You can go get excited about something, look at all the animals, seeing what the kids are doing. It's just a perfect part of our county. It's where we live, and it really needs to be appreciated, and I'm sure everybody's going to find their way out there and enjoy it this year.
Thank you.
It's coming up, and we're going to definitely talk to Troy more, but we want to thank you for watching, and please stay tuned to more TSPN TV programming.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.